And hello there. A bit of a serious talk. So recently, for some reason, YouTube keeps recommending me these channels about foreign people being awful in Japan. Seeing things like, Muslim takeover, attempted takeover, and Japan won't take it, or like tourists who are so awful and, they're getting shamed. And, you know, honestly, as someone who's lived here for decades and who has a lot of experience volunteering, assisting with foreign people, even people who are here illegally, I've given legal advice and how they could, deal with their situation. Of course, can't stay in the country, but I do my best to give them their options so that they have, a very humane way to get by until they have to leave the country. I've done a lot. With trying to help foreign people have the best adjustment to life here, and I've been very fortunate that I can have various activities that I do enjoy. For over 15 years now. Debut match was about 14 years ago, but 15 years in pro wrestling here. Collecting games for over 20 years. Now I've over a decade of volunteer work for my favorite soccer team, and then volunteer work for foreign people at the International Center. I've tried to fill my life with as much as I can for a very positive and worthwhile experience in this country. I've found no place is perfect, but it's a very, very open, warm, and wonderful place. And more so than anyone else on this platform, I think I probably really understand the game collecting aspect of things. There are more famous, wrestlers than me. There are more famous foreign people in general than me, but I'm sure no one has been to as many stores or bought as many games in this country as I have. And that's one thing I really want to really push very hard and try to have people understand how to be a good game purchaser. Because yesterday I had an experience for the first time where I was especially annoyed by an oblivious foreigner buying games in a way that really bothered people and myself. Not that I'm not a person, but that was bothering many people, some Japanese customers as well as myself yesterday. So I just really want people in this country to have common sense. And what is common sense in cultures can differ, but there are some things that I think should be universal. And so I'll tell a bit about what happened yesterday, and I hope that, people can see this and understand it. So I was at a hard-off store that opened last year. It was the last one I had not visited in Chiba Prefecture. And I know that because I have my hard-off app that says, oh, you've been to all these stores. And Chiba was complete until this one had popped up because it had opened and I did not know it. And this was in, I believe, Ichihara City of Chiba Prefecture, notably the Gyotoku store. And I was there. I had found a few small things I thought were very interesting. But there's one section I wanted to look and check, and that was the retro game section. And I couldn't for almost an hour until I gave up and left. I wasn't going in Disneyland. I was going to Disneyland, the shopping mall connected to it, because it's got a good restaurant. But this hard off was on the way. So I wasn't going to put off my delicious lunch for waiting for this guy. But he was, I don't know if it was on Twitch or Kick or YouTube or whatever, but he was there with his little studio. He had his cell phone, and he had his wireless mic and wireless camera on his chest, and he was there in the hard-off store taking the trays of games, picking them out one at a time, looking at it, and he was looking at the prices. And I know he's American based on the accent, and constantly endlessly muttering. Just like, oh, here's, with his pronunciation, oh, here's Pokemon Snap. Pokemon Snap, it's a great game. You can get it anywhere in Japan. You can find it here. Here it's 1,500 yen, and that's a good price. It's not a good price, but that's a good price, and yeah, that's pretty good. Now and takes the next one out. Oh, look at that! There's Pokemon Coliseum. I'm sorry, Pokemon Coliseum. That's a game, or whatever. Just on and on and on and on. And he's doing this for every game in every tray in the retro section of the store. And while he's doing this, he also has his big backpack because, yeah, I'm sure he doesn't have a car. He's probably biking everywhere, and he has half his possessions on his back here. And it's impossible to go past him, and he's oblivious to everyone around him. He's just there making sure his video looks very good. And the backpack is so big that it's impossible to get behind him, just go down the aisle. So even if you wanted to pass him to look at other things, it was impossible. Impassable and impossible. So I'm there, and I just want to look, because sometimes you can indeed find something that's a good deal. There are still a few games I don't have. I'd like to be able to find those eventually. And I couldn't. He was just so oblivious, or he didn't care. Could be both. And he was just taking up all the space and all the time in the world. And I was on one side and trying to make some eye contact, saying, "Hey, let me have a turn," or whatever. But he would not stop talking. It was annoying. I can't imagine how annoying it would have been if someone did not know English. Just this constant flat muttering of various syllables while looking at stuff. Never buying anything, by the way. Just there to make his video. And yeah, and it's on the other side, there was kind of an older guy in a suit. I'd say he's in his 50s. And he probably was there on his lunch break. Didn't have an hour to waste. And he was just there kind of walking by waiting for a chance to look at the games. And he couldn't. And there was another man who was kind of elderly, I'd say in his early 70s, who kind of looks and he's shaking his head, and he's really, really not so happy with the situation because he's just irritated by this guy. I don't know if he's wanting to look at games or he's just irritated by the vision of this guy doing this. Clearly not being a customer. Clearly just trying to get his content. And because the other guy is clearly an American guy, he was a kind of a... I don't know if, racially, whatever, but he was clearly American, and I look foreigner. I could know him perhaps. So the older guy comes around and he's saying, tell your friend, that he's being really anti-social. He's giving you he's giving a very, he's giving off annoyance. He's irritating, with what he's doing. He's getting in the way. Almost like this older guy was trying to go to bat for the guy in the suit from who before. And I said, look, I'm annoyed. I don't know him. I would like to go there and look myself. And the older guy is like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I thought maybe you were together because, foreign. And yeah, it was just so insane. I was in there for almost 40 minutes. I went, I looked at some computer stuff as well. I looked in the junk section, got some stuff there too. And it was surreal almost to think, how can someone be so awful? Now, I know that there are many people doing bad things in Japan, the stereotypical foreigner stuff, climbing cherry trees and breaking them, or, going into the areas you're not supposed to enter just to take a picture with a statue, or littering everywhere. And I've heard lots of stories with that, and I can't say that I can defend a tourist, but at least a tourist is coming to the country to hopefully spend a lot of money. And Japan, of course, gains from tourism. But this guy, he might be a great guy otherwise. He may have an important job to do. But he was literally just the epitome of selfish, ugly foreigner. Again, ugly is in the eye of the beholder, but he was also dirty and smelly. He stunk of cigarettes, which also is despite people here maybe smoking more than other parts of the world, is still very antisocial as well. It's the first time that a foreign person had me so annoyed that I felt like I had to somehow try to get through to him. And of course, the only way you do it happens if he sees this. But in the end, I thought as well, in several videos on the channel, I've taught about how you can get the best deals for games, how the best ways to get around, the best stores you might want to visit. And I thought that I had very good advice I've given on that. But I never thought I had to give advice about how to just be a customer buying video games. Even if the store allows some social media presence, don't live stream in a store. Don't just go to a store to get your views. Go to a store to be a customer. Purchase something. I know that on my own channel, I have over 100 podcast episodes describing going to a store. That's when I go in a store, I actually look for things I might want to buy. And at the same time, if I see something that seems interesting, whether I buy it or not, I just take a note. And then in my own time, away from the other customers, not bothering people, I can explain. If I need to, I could take a quick picture. But I don't ever just stay in one area and make my video there or make my recording or whatever. I was so offended by this person's lack of common sense and of respect for other people. And the thing is, I never really thought about it before. Because before, I've seen a lot of people, again, with the channel that I have, I get recommended people, let's visit this hard-off store, or let's go to this store, and they just show all the stuff. They never buy stuff. Like, I'll buy this or whatever. No. It's just a long video stream of them doing that. And I've never seen anyone actually make it before. And it finally put me in the perspective of realizing how annoying that is for other customers and how bothersome that would be if I were wanting to not be involved in that. Because this is a society where people are incredibly well respected of other people not wanting to bother them, even if they do something wrong. They're more likely to complain on the backside or to maybe even take video or picture. But people don't want to step into the authority roles they don't have. People don't approach someone doing something illegal or whatever. If they feel it's egregious, they'll actually go to the police, not even say anything directly to that person. If someone's being antisocial, they may develop a negative opinion, but never say it to that person. It's incredibly rude to do so here. And even for myself, I tried to make eye contact and say I kind of wanted to look at the games there. I could see there were some MSX games, and I'd like to get a few of them that I don't have yet, especially. But no, oblivious, staring straight at everything, just looking at everything, mumbling constantly. Annoyed enough where I'm making this video now, but hopefully even one person who can see this, who does take time to go shopping for games in Japan, and who, for example, maybe even have seen these video producers, these YouTubers who just go to stores just to show off what they have. I didn't know it until being inconvenienced by it, how much of an inconvenience it really is. Please just don't do it. It's even more irritating to me if this person would have been popular enough to have many subscribers to be monetized. To think that this person is annoying everyone else and not contributing to the store, not buying anything, just making this very, very long video. Maybe later it's not so long. Maybe it's, maybe it was just being made and then edited later on. I don't know. But the point is that if this person is making money doing this, I see it as no different than those horrible, IRL streamers who intentionally bump into people or litter in front of people to get their reaction, and try to make money off of that. It's horrible. And this guy was literally getting, if that's the case, he was getting money just through inconveniencing other people. He was not fulfilling any kind of service. People can watch, oh, I can see Pokemon Snap, and oh, that's how much it costs at this store. That's useful. It's really, is it really? You know, if it is, then you get that info from someone who's not going to inconvenience other people. You know, I'm very happy with every video that I make to put down the store, the price, and have it be a resource for that one item in case anyone would ever want to see that. But it's in my own time. Even now, a day later, and even saying this right now, even talking for over 15 minutes, still I'm so annoyed. Thus, this. Anyway, that's enough. Doubt this will ever get traction. Maybe this gets views in the double digits, but it felt good to get it off my chest. I just really had to. So, anyway, thank you so much if you did watch, and if you did get a little bit of empathy, so that when you do go shopping for games in Japan, you do it as a very good person. I want you to enjoy your shopping, get the best deals you can, do it the best way you can. But yeah, don't make my day worse because you're selfish. That's enough. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Da 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 da.